Welcome back, true believers and all you merry Marvelites, to another very interesting Marvel's Avengers related video, which might actually be my last video of 2019, considering how there isn't a whole lot of news to discuss about right now. Spider-Man PS4's sequel, even though it was heavily rumored, is still probably way far out there, so there's not really anything to talk about that. If you did watch my previous live stream, I did do a very fun Q&A with you guys going over my thoughts about the game and what we can hopefully expect going into next year relating to my channel, not just for the game itself, but also for what I'm going to do in the future, in the coming months, which I did say to recap, obviously covering Spider-Man PS4 sequel news, the Avengers project, and if we ever get a reveal of it, the upcoming Batman game. I did see quite a lot of you guys actually interested to hear my thoughts, so I will discuss about it when we actually get something official, which is fun. And overall, PlayStation 5 news, since we do know that the sequel for Spider-Man PS4 will most likely be on the PlayStation 5 system, not at launch in 2020, but in 2021, holiday 2021, that's the rumored timestamp. So if we do end up getting major news about the console, like a reveal, full-on specs, details about what games we can expect to be released on it, then I will start to go heavily in-depth about the console, since I myself am very excited about it. I love PlayStation, I love Spider-Man, and combining those two together would be very fun to talk about on the channel. But I just hope that you had a very Merry Christmas, and let's get right into the video. So, yes, as you see, what is next for this game? We have had a very interesting roller coaster ride with the Avengers project ever since its reveal in 2017, with the very short teaser trailer just showing off the Avengers gear and equipment, saying that we would then get information about the game in 2018 in a full-on update. Never happened. Twice from Square Enix and the creative director Sean Deskai himself. Didn't happen either time, so then we had to wait until E3 2019 to get a full-on demo reveal, only for that specific E3 crowd though, of the demo behind closed doors, with a reveal of the A-Day trailer that we have now seen numerous times at the convention, which was fun for a time being. And then we have gotten several other updates in the previous months, like the Kamala Khan story trailer, the game overview video, the character profile trailer showcasing some of the alternate suits and combat finishers. But other than that, there is still quite a lot of information that we do need to know about for this game that will hopefully be dived into within the year of 2020. And with less than 5 months away until the full game launches, pretty much earlier than that, since we are going to get an online beta for the game way earlier if you do own a PS4. They did confirm on their website that if you do own a PlayStation 4 platform, you will get the beta exactly 1 week earlier compared to any other console owner. And because since the game releases in May, my theory, if you did watch my previous video going over the comic release dates for the Avengers prequel comics, I do think the beta could come out sometime in April. It would make sense. It would be a month before the full game releases to then have people actually get their hands on the game and try it out for themselves with an online beta, and then they can take it down when the full game is available for people to buy. It makes sense, even though they haven't confirmed that or denied that. I just think it actually does make a lot of logical inquiries as to when we think the beta could be placed for us consumers, us gamers, us comic fans to try out for ourselves. But with all that said, basically, what are we going to expect next year in 2020 with less than 5 months away until this game comes out? Well, mainly, there is a lot of stuff which I find very odd that they did this year, which we should have got info on already. Mainly, first out is the Collector's Edition. I actually was able to attend physically San Diego Comic-Con myself this year in July, which was awesome. It was great. They did show the same gameplay again behind closed doors, and then they fully revealed the full A-Day demo in August during Gamescom, but at San Diego Comic-Con they did show it again, showed off some of the suits, and they also revealed the first glimpse of the Collector's Edition for the game with the Captain America statue. And there, as you see on screen, the description of this was actually fully analyzing what the statue is going to be in the Earth's Mightiest Edition for Marvel's Avengers, which is the name of the Collector's Edition, and said that we would get a full reveal for the public of the Collector's Edition in fall of 2019 this year. Now, to be quite frank, they did reveal the Collector's Edition behind closed doors for some reason, sorry for the voice crack, at New York Comic Con, back in October. And they did show a full image of the Collector's Edition, which you can see here, which does come with the Captain America statue, some little trinkets identifying with each individual main core Avenger team member, and then a cool framed picture of Captain America and the rest of the Avengers with Kamala Khan during A-Day before everything goes down. So we have seen it behind closed doors leaked, but we haven't actually gotten a public reveal or a price drop or when we can pre-order what the edition is. And that's very weird considering how literally 2020 is almost 4 days away, which is nuts. So again, another let-gone promise that never happened, another faltered promise that they didn't actually follow through with, which I find very agitating as someone who does want to try and see the best in this game. I do want to support them because I love Marvel. I love the team behind this at Crystal Dynamics. They seem very passionate about it, especially after having interviewed them. But the way that they're going about marketing some of the stuff that is within this game overall is very concerning and a bit strange and heavily agitating for someone who actually may want to pre-order it, but may not now, considering how they're kind of falling back on their given promises. But besides that, we also have to look forward to the big one, is the early co-op showcase sometime within the very beginning of 2020. Whether that's January, February, we don't know, but we do have finally a confirmation, previously given to us months ago, that supposedly, if they actually end up becoming true with this post, is that we will end up finally seeing a full-on deep dive co-op showcase of the game's co-op gameplay in action within the Avengers project in the co-op world or the hub worlds, playing in co-op with your friends, 4-player co-op doing Warzone missions, sometime early 2020. Now, this is heavily important since that is the biggest aspect of the game. So how much of the co-op will they show and what exactly will they show of it? Now, what I'm thinking is that they will show just a standard default Warzone mission, playing with Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow, whoever they choose, Miss Marvel, and show off what you can do, hopefully expanding upon what we have already seen in A-Day, because we have seen their support abilities, their assault abilities, their ultimate abilities, all their heroic special moves we have seen already in A-Day in a single-player setting with a one linear story mission that is literally the tutorial of the game. But how will that work in a wider spectrum in these open area hub worlds with 3 other players plus yourself playing in a open-ish environment, not a fully open world, but explorable hub worlds? How big will they be able to explore? How many enemies will there be in specific parts of these regions that you can go and look into? Will we learn about other regions that will be featured in the game post-launch? Because, of course, new heroes and regions will be added for free for years to come, as what they've said. And even though it is very important to learn how the co-op works, I believe that learning actual information as to how the heroes and regions will be added into the game at a regular basis post-launch, learning about that information before the game comes out is actually very critical to its success. How long are we going to have to wait until a new hero is added within the game? What will the heroes offer besides just new combat abilities and story missions? Is there more to it than that? Will they have their own unique thread of narrative arcs that is just as big as the main campaign of this game? Or are they just added in there for filler just to add in the wider roster of Avengers-related characters? We don't know, and in less than 5 months, I still find that personally very concerning. So I do hope that they elaborate upon that, supposedly in a Game Informer coverage, because of course we had that wonderful Game Informer with Spider-Man PS4, as you see right there, and it was beautiful. Even though the game came out in September, it was in April, and they did a full month covering everything within the game, showing off combat, how they form the suit, graphics, all this amazing stuff, and I really hope that they can do the same thing again with Marvel's Avengers. However, in the separate way, I would like them to showcase each week, if throughout the Game Informer coverage, or each day, analyze a new hero, describe what their combat moves are, but also reveal another hero which isn't in the current roster that we can expect later on. I really need them to analyze that and actually describe how that's all going to work once the game releases, and heavily before so, because as a live service game, that is truly going to encapsulate the player base as to how much content will be offered within the game overall. And of course, there's also going to be minor stuff that we've already talked about in previous videos, with the prequel comics, with Thor coming out in January 8th, Hulk coming out February 5th, Captain America now confirmed to actually come out on March 18th, and then Black Widow supposedly might come out on March 25th of 2020, building up to the main story of A-Day. You get to learn a bit more about the overall universe that Marvel is creating within the gamerverse, the gaming realm, instead of the MCU. How are these Avengers different from their movie counterparts, and how interesting will they be when the full game releases in terms of their narrative progression, story arcs, and character portrayals from the voice actors. That's heavily intriguing for me personally, as someone who is heavily enveloped within stories and video games. I mean, you guys know me, Spider-Man PS4 story is a masterpiece in my opinion, so I really hope that Avengers can follow suit. However, with what they're doing, 5 years after A-Day, the Avengers are now outlawed. It's very Endgame heavy, even though this was developed probably before Endgame was. But I just hope that they don't take too much from the MCU, and they truly individualize this version of the Avengers, these characters, in their own unique way. Maybe show off more of the story, more with what AIM's doing, more with maybe some other enemy factions like Hydra, maybe some crazier stuff, maybe some intergalactic threats, or like Sean Askai said, the creative director of the game, in a recent interview, said that there are going to be different environments to explore with these regions. He mainly said ocean or sea environments, so if he's talking about Atlantis, are we going to get the Atlanteans and Namor up in this? Like, that's going to be crazy if that happens. So basically, there is a lot to look forward to relating to possible media showcases of the game. There's also a lot of reading material, like I just said, the prequel comics, and also the prequel novel releasing on March 31st of next year. So that is very interesting, and a possible beta to round all that up in April makes a lot of sense. Ever since June to now, a 6-month time period with the A-Day demo shown consistently at several different gaming-related events and not really elaborating on anything else and just saying, we'll talk about at a later date. That's fine, but the later date is coming up, so I really hope that they can fully dive deep and hit hard with what this new footage and this new piece of information relating to the co-op, the story, the new heroes, new regions for free, fully sell me on this to truly make me enveloped with the game and how it's going to act. How exciting is this game going to be? Again, the president of Square Enix himself, Yosuke Matsuda, has said numerous times that this game is going to be on par, if not better, than that with the Batman Arkham games, Spider-Man PS4, the narrative. They're trying to best Insomniac with what they've done in sales and reviews, so he sounds very confident in it, and I really hope that that is the case. If it's not, then I will in fact be disappointed, but I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping for the absolute best, because I do want Marvel games to succeed. I want Crystal Dynamics to succeed, and I want everyone who plays this game to have a good time. But for me personally, I'm still not fully sold on it yet, but hopefully 2020 can turn the tide and just fully embrace everything that the Avengers game has to offer for gamers, fans, and just comic lovers all around. But anyways, guys, that was my maybe final video of 2019 relating to Marvel's Avengers. I might do something close to New Year's Eve or before then. But as for the game, again, I don't think we're going to get any news in the next coming days or anything like that, because people are still on holiday break at the developer studios, and you're just enjoying time with your family, so of course, they probably wouldn't focus on the game too much as of right now. But hopefully, literally at the beginning of January, I hope, maybe we don't have to wait until February, that they fully go in depth with what the co-op is and truly just surpass all my current expectations for what this game has to offer. But until next time, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Have a very happy holiday and a happy new year. And until next time, everyone, peace out.